By this time last year, I was actually very scared about a JAMB exam. JAMB is in just, I think, 16 days now. And I was really, really scared. But one thing that helped me is exactly what I want to share in this video. I'll be sharing tips on exactly how you can score 311 in JAMB. Like the video title suggested, you don't even need to study 8 hours every day to score 300 plus. I'm going to show you exactly what I did. Before you continue, just forget about every single tip anyone has given you for how to pass JAMB, because this tip is actually tested and trusted by me, myself. So I'm a living evidence. This is my JAMB score, and this is exactly how I got it. So before the JAMB exam, I had left school for more than 1 year, right? And let me tell you guys something, I've not been reading my books. I was just working. So when the JAMB exam just came, I was now confused. How do I cover the JAMB syllabus? So I needed to score very high in JAMB to get my desired course. I was confused on how to actually study hard. So I did something that most of you might have done. I went on YouTube to search for study tips on how to score 300 plus in JAMB. And let me see, most of the tips I saw were actually just cliche, cover the syllabus, practice past questions. Nobody was actually giving me something that will actually help me, you understand? So I was just confused. I was never able to get anything from it. I had to go and start making research on my own, try to do trial and error to find out different methods I can use. And that's when I found this most effective method, guys. So what I did is I tried to understand how the JAMB exam actually works. How does JAMB set their exams? So I started by practicing past questions. When I was practicing past questions, I was not noticing a trend. I noticed that, wow, JAMB is actually very different from WAEC. JAMB does not set their questions the same way WAEC sets their questions. One of the main differences is there's not even any theory. And also notice that JAMB actually likes to set easier questions, but they want you to understand the principle behind questions. So they don't give you complex questions from a topic. They will give you the easiest question from that topic, but they want you to understand if you actually know the principle behind that question, then the idea behind that topic, you get. So when I noticed that, I realized that, wait, I don't even need to cover the UC levels. I didn't focus on JAMB syllabus. What I don't focus on is, I can focus on the past questions and their answers. So now this is where I now found this method. What I did is, when I practice a past question, let's say, for example, I did 2023 mathematics, all right? And the first question was a difficult question I don't know the answer to. Instead of me to check the back of my past question for the answer, I would just refer to my textbook. I'll go and study that topic. Because for me to not know the answer, that means I actually don't know the topic at all. So I'll go for the topic and go and study the topic very, very well. Guys, this really helped me a lot because I was able to cover the old topics that are actually very important. One, I was also able to know that JAMB actually focuses on these kind of questions. And I noticed that there are some topics that JAMB actually repeats more than other topics. So those topics, I gathered them together and I went to go and study them very, very well. Guys, this actually helped me a whole lot. So now I have the topics I focused on, and I also know how to use JAMB past questions now. But I noticed another big issue, very, very big issue. I always forgot what I studied. I'll study something today, the next day, if I see that kind of question again, I'll forget it. So will I have to go start reading the topic all over again? That's when I discovered flashcards. Flashcards are just a method of jotting questions and the answers at the back. So when I practice a question, for example, or I read the topic and I don't forget some things, there are some important things I don't forget. What I'll just do is I'll jot those important things down in my flashcards. I'll first jot them down in my notes, then I'll now use my notes to create flashcards. There's an app called Flashcards World. Please hit on the screen here. That's what I used to use to create my flashcards. As you can see, I created flashcards on mathematics, on physics, on chemistry. I also created flashcards on some English questions as well. So this actually helped me a lot to not forget what I was learning. So everything I was learning was actually staying in my head. And that helped me to reduce my time of studying. So each day, I don't even study up to 3 hours each day. And I was able to score 311. So from this now, you have known that, okay, you don't need to focus on syllabus. Because as I noticed a lot of people, please, how do I cover the whole syllabus? How do I cover? You didn't focus on the syllabus. Focus on your past questions. Use the past questions to get the topics that JAMB usually repeats the most. Study those topics. And whenever you encounter a question that you don't know the answer to, study that topic. After studying these topics, jot them down in your notes and use those information to create flashcards so you don't forget what you're actually studying. It's a very, very simple routine. Practice past question, get a difficult question, study the topic, and write it out in your notes. Then use those information to create flashcards. Very, very simple and easy to follow. If you are enjoying this video, please just help me to like and subscribe so that you can get a lot of different videos coming up. Because when I check my channel, my videos now are not only about how to pass JAMB. I make videos on how to be a student, basically. Uni life, uni struggles, everything about university, anything about studentship, anything about student life, all right? That's what my videos are about. So you don't want to miss out on any of my future videos. So just like and subscribe. But there's something else I wanted to add as well. I am still writing JAMB this year again. I know it is a shocker. After scoring 311, I'm still writing JAMB again. That is true. But I'm also going to employ this strategy I mentioned in this video to make me score 365 over 400 in JAMB. If you don't want to miss out on that, make sure you're also following as well. And tell me what your own target score is. What do you want to score in JAMB? Because I know some of you aim for 200, aim higher. So what do you want to score in JAMB? Tell me in the comment section below. And see you on my next video.